Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Ned Kelly, a play by Douglas Stewart. Before going to the summary, please like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support, and don't forget to press the like button. The themes of Ned Kelly are resistance against authority, class conflict, and a person who created an Australian national identity. That is, he became an identity for all the Australians till date. And the main characters are Ned Kelly, who is a bush ranger. Bush ranger means people who rob and do all the crimes. And Joe Byron, who is Ned Kelly's friend. Living and Mackin, who are working as clerk in a bank. Tarleton, who is the manager of that bank. Rue Kelly, who is the lover of Ned Kelly. Aaron, who is in Ned Kelly's gang, but he is a police informer. Thomas Curnow, who is one of the villagers caught in the building by Ned Kelly, but who later betrays him, telling about him to the police. Richard, who is a police officer, who is caught by Ned Kelly and drugged and kept unconscious so that he could not do his duty. And a parson, who actually prays for the people and thinks that such people like Ned Kelly are a threat to Australian people. And this play is partly written in verse and it was written in 1940 and it tells about the Australian bushranger Ned Kelly. Ned Kelly, the play begins on a Monday morning in a bank. The bank is in Geraldary and it is 11th February. The year is 1879. Living and Mackin, who are the clerks at the bank, are joking at each other and they talk about the way they work in the bank. And they also criticize the bank manager Tarleton because Tarleton is racy and they call him an old cow. At this time, Joe Byron, who is a member of the Kelly gang, he comes inside disguised as a policeman. But after coming to the bank, he demands the clerks to hand over the money they have in hand. And Joe Byron actually tortures them and he calls Living an ink potter. And Ned Kelly follows Joe Byron and he comes into the bank and he looks for the manager Tarleton. But both the clerks refuse to tell about Tarleton's location. Now Kelly tries to bribe them by telling that he will give a gift to Living, which Living can give to his girlfriend. And Joe Byron also says, I will give you a token, a clock for remembrance. But Living does not give them the money. At the same time, he does not tell about the manager. Now getting angry, Kelly actually goes to the extent of threatening him, saying that if he does not tell where Tarleton is, he will kill Living. At this time, Tarleton himself enters the bank and threatening him, they take the key forcefully and they take as much as cash they want. And at this time, the manager warns them that they will be soon caught by the police. But Kelly says that police cannot catch them because they have captured a police officer by the name Richard. And Richard is being continuously given drugs so that he will be unconscious and he will not be able to perform his duties. And they have kept one person, Cox, who is in his gang, so that he will give Richard drugs at regular intervals. And Kelly even goes to the extent of telling a newspaper editor that he can write about all the robberies. At that time, a parson comes there and he says that Australia is in discomfort and constant threat because of people like Ned Kelly. Now, Ned Kelly and his gang, they hide in a forest and they discuss about their past robberies and crimes. And Stewart tells Joe Byron that Byron's friend Aaron has become a police informer. But Byron says, no, I know Aaron very well because we have been very close friends from school days and he will not do such a thing. At that time, Ned Kelly's lover Rue comes there and she also tells that Aaron has become a police informer. Now Joe Byron understands because two of them have said this and so he gets angry and he says that I will publicly kill Aaron even if he is protected by the police. And Ned Kelly says that he has a plan and he says this incident will be remembered by the people for years to come. And later on, Joe Byron, Dan Kelly, who is Ned Kelly's brother, they go to Aaron's house and Joe Byron kills Aaron mercilessly. And now the Kelly gang, they take the workers of the Glenrowan railway station as hostages and they hold them at gunpoint and later they go on to sabotage the railway track. Then later on they go to a hotel with 60 villagers and these 60 villagers are held as hostages. Now Kelly is very happy, like he plays with them and Joe Byron sings to them the song The Wild Colonial Boy. They do not know who wrote this poem, but it is a Irish Australian song, and it is about a bushranger like them known as Jack Danuva. And that time Thomas Carno, he is one of the person who is being captured. He begs Kelly gang to let them out because he has to meet his wife who is waiting for him near the building. And he also promises them that he will never tell about them to the police. Finally, he is released by Ned Kelly, but Joe Byron warns Kelly, saying that don't let anyone out because it is not safe. But Karnov is left out, and he goes to the railway station, stops one of the trains, and informs a group of policemen that Kelly gang is in this hotel. And the police surround the hotel, and there's a vigorous firing taking place between the police force and the gangsters. And during the battle, Kelly actually is wearing a 42 kg bulletproof jacket, and that helps him to protect his life. And the gunfire ends in the evening, and the gunfire has gone for nearly 7 hours, and approximately 15,000 bullets were fired, and all the members of Kelly gang are killed, and only Ned Kelly escapes because he is wearing that bulletproof, but he is seriously injured in his leg. And a priest comes there, and they confirm the death of the gang members, and Kelly is arrested, but they're not able to find the bodies of Dan Kelly, that is Kelly's brother, and Stewart, another member of the Kelly gang, and they assume that they should have escaped to Australia because their bodies were not found. And Ned Kelly is executed on a momentous day, and his final words are, "Such is life," and here ends the play. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. It will be helpful to others. Thank you.